Hey guys, today I will share with you 10 N8N tricks and hidden features that you may have not heard about before. So let's begin. The first trick we got up our sleeves is, if you have been following this channel for a while, you will always notice that when I do tutorials, I always tell you to add nodes, like go in the workflow, right click on add node, look for your workflow, or click on the plus button here or whatever. Today I will show you a simple shortcut using your keyboard to add the node quickly. So as you can see here, it already tells it. You can press tab and this window will open, and here you will select your node. So instead of every time going and click and add node, looking for your node, just press on tab and then look for your node directly and then add it. So yeah, let's move on to the second trick, which is a kind of a useful feature that N8N has that allows you to actually organize and tidy up your workflow and separate your nodes using groups or different parts to know which part does what. For this, it's pretty simple. They are the sticky notes. As you can see here that we already had sticky notes. To add them, either press Shift plus S. You will find your sticky note appear. You can change its color, customize it, change the content of it. As you can see, it is written and styled in Markdown language. So you can use Markdown. Let's change this. Yes, as you can see, you can put it inside another sticky note. You can add nodes, for example, this. And you can add them inside here. That way you can separate your different nodes. So yeah, you can either do it by Shift plus S or right clicking and click on add sticky notes. It is pretty simple, as you can see here. And then a bonus tip, you can name your nodes, like give names to your node. Let's add a node to test this out. Let's say this one. You can name them either by going inside it and go here, give a name to your node, or you can press F2 on your node and change its name. That way, you can give custom names to your node to know which node does what. Alright, moving on to the third trick, which is being able to see your workflow history. So if you go here, as you can see, we have a simple workflow that I have created. To go and visit the previous versions and perhaps restore them, just go in the top right corner, click on this icon here. Let's save this first. And then this window will open and it will show you the different versions that your workflow has went through. So let's select this one. And then under Actions, you can either restore this version, clone it to a new workflow, open it in a new tab, or download it as JSON. Let's click on Restore this version. Restore. Let's close this, and as you can see here, it got restored without the set node. Alright, the fourth trick, which is the N8N Attribution. This can come in handy, of course, if you are doing cold emailing or sending automated messages or creating a WhatsApp, Slack, Telegram bot. You will notice every time that when you generate a message and send it automatically using N8N, you will find the N8N watermark down below. It will tell you that this was generated using N8N. So to remove that, it is pretty simple. Let's try, for example, adding Gmail. Go to the send a message node. This one sends a message. So to remove the watermark from Gmail, it's simple. Go to the options bar here, click on add option and select the append N8N attribution and turn it off. It will be the same pretty much for each node. The naming will just change. So if you go to Telegram, for example, send a text message. In the additional fields section, add a field and then select append N8N attribution and turn it off. Lastly, let me show you something a bit different. So let's go with Slack. Select Slack, go to send a message, and this one will be a bit different. It's the same in the options part. So add option, and you will have to select, as you can see here, we don't have add N8N attribution. We have include link to workflow. So activate this and turn it off. That way you will remove the N8N watermark. Alright, moving on to the next trick, which is giving your nodes and AI agents access to the current date and time of your system. This is pretty simple. Let's add an AI agent. Let's change this to define below. That way we get the freedom to give it whatever we want in the prompt. And it is simple. Select expression here, input double curly braces, $, and then now. As you can see here, the AI agent now has access to the current date and time. It is the same for any other node, just always in the field that you want to input your date and time to, just double curly braces, $, and now. This one was pretty simple. Let's move on to the sixth trick, which is saving credentials. Now this is commonly used when you are trying to do HTTP requests. So sometimes you have Apify requests, Trivy requests, or whatever. You will have to always input your credentials or your API key inside the query or the header or in the URL itself. So you'll have to each time whenever you have the HTTP call, copy and paste your API key every time. So to avoid this, let's go and add an HTTP request included. So for this, it's pretty simple. Just go to authentication, select the generic credential type, select here the type of your authentication. Either it is a header auth or query auth. Let's go with header auth for in my case. As you can see here, you will find all your previous API keys or credentials. You don't have to paste them in each time. Let's create our own. So usually they are in the name we put authorization or X API key. Depends on the API you are using. And in the expression, it's usually bearer and then input your API key here. And then if we save it, let's go back. As we can see, we have header auth account 3 directly. We can always choose it. So if we add another HTTP request, go to the authentication, activate generic credential type. For the generic auth type, just select header auth. And we'll find it here, just select it. That way, if of course, you will avoid exposing your API key. So if you are recording YouTube tutorials, if you don't use this, you will have to input your API key inside the URL or inside the headers. That way it will be exposed for any viewer to copy your API key. We avoided that using the credentials here, as well as we avoided having to copy paste API keys each time, which will cost us a lot of time and will become boring and repetitive. So yeah, let's move on to the seventh trick, which is workflow variable. So yeah, this will help you if you are looking to debug your workflow or get information about your workflow. So we are testing it here. We will get the workflow variables, which are usually the ID of the workflow, the name of the workflow, and the status of the workflow, either active or inactive. So for this, I added this edit field node. I have inputted the ID, the name, and the active. How to get the ID, the name of the active, you might say? Well, it's right here in front of you. All you have to do again is change this first of all to expression and then input two curly braces, $, workflow, select it from here, and then add point, and it will give you all the three variables. You select the one you need. So let's say ID. As you can see here, we get a preview of the ID. Same for the name here, and same for the active, which is false for our case because our workflow is not active yet. Moving on to the eighth feature, which is human in the loop nodes. Nodes, actually, not nodes, sorry. This can help you when you are creating an AI agent system, AI bot on Telegram, on WhatsApp, on Gmail, or whatever, and you need the input of the human, or not even AI agents. Maybe in your workflows, you need input of a human or a user to be able to continue your workflow. So for this, we have in N8N a whole section for human in the loop. Let's click on add node and we can find a human in the loop right here. So if we expand it, we will find all of these different nodes that we can add either on Discord, Gmail, chat, Slack, or whatever. So let's go with Gmail for now. As you can see here, it will be configured right for you. Of course, you will have to add your credential and then the message that you need. So the operations will be usually send and wait for a response from the user. Same here, if we add, let's say, Slack, it will be send and wait for response. What this will do is send the user a message and then wait for his input to be able to continue the workflow. For the ninth trick, which is actually can become useful when debugging, testing your workflow, creating your workflow, or maybe in production and you find something that is causing a lot of problems and you don't have the time to fix it, so you will just deactivate it. So if we go take this node, for example, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is just go on the node, right click, and then click on deactivate or press D on it. As you can see here, I'm pressing D. It's deactivating and activating. That way in a workflow, if we link this here, activate this, and then pretty much pass in this one. If we have the middle one deactivated, the workflow will ignore it and pass from here to here directly. So yeah. Moving on to our last trick, which is being able to move between your nodes. So as you can see here, let's take this example. Let's copy these nodes, paste them here. So what we usually do if we are configuring multiple nodes when creating our workflow. So we go here, we finish configuring this node. We want to configure the next node. So we have to leave this one here, and then go back to here, double click, configure this, and then leave this, move to the second one. So in N8N, it's actually pretty simple. All you have to do is just when you open a configuration window for a node, you can navigate through the next nodes by just going in the either center left or center right, and you will find the icon of the previous node. Just click on it. It will take you to the other node, and then click on it here. It will take you to the other node. As you can see here, Slack 6. If you go here, just move towards the node. So yeah, this has been it, guys. I hope you enjoyed these tricks. and found them useful. Of course, I will be sharing with you multiple tricks in the coming videos. Each time I collect like 10 tricks, let's say, that I feel people don't know about and can help other people like buy time and gain time and create their workflows easily, I'll be sharing with you. Of course, keep an eye on our community, which is free on Collab. You can find the link in the description to join it. All the assets for each video will be dropping a day after the video gets uploaded. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.